Hello everybody. Firstly, before I start this video, I just want to say that sometimes I'm going to do videos on English because if you saw my last video, you noticed that I was speaking Brazilian Portuguese. In case you don't know yet, I'm Brazilian. So you're freaking something new today. Hooray! Secondly, this is my channel. I wanted to do everything I want. I wanted to talk everything I want. It's my proper opinion. I have freedom to do anything I wanted to do as a civilized person. So, yeah. And thirdly, well, why not? I think I need to practice my English because since I moved here, and I live in Russia, I live in St. Petersburg. Since I moved here, I was, focusing more into Russian than in English, although I started speaking English when I was 5 years old. But as for Russian, I had to concentrate more, therefore using my English was not too much of a priority since it was in Brazil. But now Russian is so much better. So much better to influence me because Russians do not want to learn English that much, I guess. I don't know. I mean, the older guys, the older people, they usually do not want to, Soviet Union stuff, but the youngest people, population, they're more used to learn something into English, so it gets more easy for them. Alright, so now today it's 6th of June and now it's 6:42 on St. Petersburg, Russia, and I wanted to talk about Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2, it's a video game from 2001 and it's a pretty confusing but interesting game. The concept, the storytelling, it's amazing in some point. Because one of the facts, it's because the game has 6 endings, so you can get pretty quickly into the story, and your actions depend on the stuff that happens in the game, and you can get a different ending each time you play. So for that reason, it may be categorized one of the most, I don't know, maybe interesting. I guess this is a fine word to describe it. Interesting games ever, especially on the genre that the game offers, which is action plus horror plus drama, and it's so great. Well, from starting, the name says Silent Hill 2, but there is nothing to do. I mean, mostly 80%, there is nothing related to the first game. The only thing that is similar at some point, it's the town, because there is a plot twist in the end that I won't spoil. Okay, be fine, be calm. Just want to talk about the game. I'm not a professional. I don't want to make a review. I don't work for IGN nor any video game store or any video game site. No, I'm just a guy. I just like this game. And well, continuing, Silent Hill 2 may be one of the best games ever made because one, the storytelling, the story, it's amazing. You had a conflict on the main character, James Sutherland. Because the story of his wife, his love, what he cared for, what he mattered for, and throughout the game you will find new clues, new stuff to do, but the puzzle is quite difficult depending on the level you played it, and you will know, you contact other people, all the areas. Even the town, the name Silent Hill, you probably know what I'm talking about, but I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the game Silent Hill 2 from the PS2, which lately was ported to the PlayStation 2 again. I played on PC, and after that I played the remaster on Xbox 360, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. Well, I'm getting confusing all over, but I just want to say what I think about the game. Okay. So the first thing, the storytelling, the horror, the drama, especially the drama. You know, there are some characters, especially Mary and Maria. You will find out that they're very related at some point because of his past. The game kind of makes sure the drama and the horror with something similar to the Alien effect. You know, you will notice what I'm talking about. The game Silent Hill has some monsters, the enemies. If you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to repeat all the time. You know, go find out after this video, please. So, the monsters. The monsters are supposed to give you some chills, to give you some goosebumps. It's supposed to be scary, after all, they're monsters. But the interesting fact is that the monsters have some reason to exist. Have some reason, some psychological reason from James, because this is not a spoiler, okay? It's actually you can find out in the manual, if I'm not mistaken. It won't ruin your experience, okay? This is just a plus. This is a curiosity fact about the monsters and everything. I just don't want to spoil the story of the game, okay? And his 6 endings. I don't want to spoil, okay? Don't judge me, okay? Okay. So, the monsters have some psychological stuff to exist. I mean, they're connected throughout the character James, and meaning that the things that he feels somehow creates life, and this life may be represented as monsters on the town. And these different monsters represent a different feeling and a different thinking about him. Sorry, I had to cut. Somebody just called me. It's just I know I'm just a guy in my room again, and I'm using my cell phone to record because I don't have any equipment. I don't have too much money to record a proper video or to buy something, you know, equipment, a new camera, new stuff. So I'm using what I have in case. My cell phone. Oh, all right. Okay, I was talking about Silent Hill, right? Right. Silent Hill 2. I mean, well, I'm gonna link in the description some videos about Silent Hill, especially the introduction, the how can I say it in English, like the intro vibe, you know, the intro. It's fantastic. It's, you know, thoughtful at some point because of the character of Mary. I won't tell who is, but you're gonna find out very soon. And well, the monsters. Well, okay. So the monsters have something to do with James. Each monster has some characteristics with him. He sees something different than the others from the town. You know, the town has pretty dark stuff, pretty dark layouts, because you have the real Silent Hill on maybe this world, and you have the devilish Silent Hill, the monsters, and you have the dark Silent Hill, which is like Limbo. You will find out on the game. And well, the characters, all of them have some reason to coexist with James, and I really wanted to say it, but I don't want to spoil why the characters are in there, you know, to coexist with, to encounter James a few times. And okay, yeah, well, it's for later times. I'm just thinking my opinions. Well, okay, James, on the beginning, he's looking for his wife, which she died 3 years ago on the start of the game. And but like, she recently on the game, she sent a letter to him, speaking about going to Silent Hill, and she because like she was waiting for him, and as you might know by now, he's looking for her, and he's confusing as hell. And this is one I think it's very nicely and very well done by Konami, the producer of the game, the developers, because the character in each, not just Silent Hill 2, but the first one and the third game, the characters are represented as if they are real people, like normal people, just like me, like anyone else. You know, like they don't know how to fight, they don't know what to do. They're just looking for their objectives, their goals to complete the story. And this is a clever point, but the other point is, since they are not prepared for something, the combat system in the game, because there's some action in the games, especially because you have to kill the monsters, you have to attack them. I mean, they're monsters, okay. And this is a counterpoint because the action is not very good. For example, if you grab a pistol, if you grab, a piece of wood to attack, this is the main weapons of the game. You just got on the first 30 minutes, I guess, 30 or 1 hour. I don't remember quietly. It's been a while since I didn't play Silent Hill. Well, those first two weapons that you get are like very shitty to use, because the character, since it's a normal guy, he doesn't know how to attack, he doesn't know anything, so the combat system is pretty bad. Although it's fantastic, it's fantastically clever. It's like no one thought about it in the whole video game history, and they just developed it. It's like little details that makes this game incredible. Like this one, like even the story, the narrative. What else more? We have the soundtrack. Okay, yeah. Akira Yamaoka might be, so good at making soundtracks. He's not working that much nowadays, but for Silent Hill 2, his soundtrack is completely amazing from starting to beginning. You notice a pattern on each song, like the synthesizers, the guitars, the drumming, because it's again talking about the alien effect. It's mixing something that it's ironically good with something very horrible. The music, the music on the game are very soft, are very dramatic, or very romantic at some point, but the action that is occurring on the game, I don't know, with maybe the Pyramid Head or other enemies or the monsters, like it doesn't relate to, but at some point you just connect with both. It happens with Alien, but with Alien it's not the soundtrack itself. It's like mixing the horror with like the pleasure. Silent Hill also have the same, for example, like the 80s slash movies, like Friday the 13th, Nightmare in Elm Street, Halloween, other shitty slash movies from the 80s that are so bad it's good to watch. Well, all of them have pretty much all the horror cliches that you expect from a shitty horror movie from the 80s. For example, there's always sex occurring, a couple having sex, and like at some point the monster is going to attack and just kill them. But like Alien has something like this related, because the guy who designed the alien, the monsters, everything, I think his name was Guy Reacher. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry, he was from Switzerland and from H.R. Geyer. Yeah, I remember H.R. Geyer. This guy, he got a pretty much attention on mixing something that from a human eyes or human perspective doesn't relate to like sex and pleasure. You know, like if you pay attention on the design of the alien, it's like it's shaped like a penis. And you have the tongue, and you have all the concepts of a face hugger, which psychologically it's implying something related to sex. Silent Hill also have these stuffs. The monsters have some sort of psychological horror plus sexual pleasuring stuff going on. You know, it's quite crazy thinking about it. Well, okay, so for me, just for conclusion, Silent Hill has an incredible soundtrack. You know, one that matches, for example, Donkey Kong on the SNES. Great game, great soundtrack. Both of Donkey Kong games, the Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, yeah, soundtrack amazing. It's also very good on the atmosphere of the game, because you just notice, you just know, like, dude, that is Silent Hill. You know, the fireplaces, the music, the background, everything, the atmosphere, it's so fantastic. And his soundtrack, Akira Yamaoka, I'm gonna leave it all in the description, all the information. You know this. It's incredible. It's amazing. Like, I swear, when I watched the movie, which is based on the first game, they were talking about the soundtrack and all the atmosphere that they based on the first game. And the first and the second game, the soundtrack was made by the same guy, Akira Yamaoka. The first game also has an incredible soundtrack, but the second, dude, it's fantastic. It's improved a lot more than the first game. And on the extras of the movie, Silent Hill, the first movie, they were talking about how much it influenced and how much it distorts the vision of the narrative, having this type of soundtrack on the background, the irony soundtrack, if I can describe it. Like, you would not expect a horror game with some soft music, some guitar, some drumming, some synthesizers. No, it's very the opposite. It's kind of, it happens with, for example, Opeth. You know, soft with the heaviness, the strongness. And what about Silent Hill 2 that I really like it? It's that Konami improved so much of a sequel that is considered to be, not only by me, but by lots of opinions on the internet, on over the world, on the game community. It's considered to be one of the best sequels to any game ever. Not because of the 6 endings, which is 2 of them, it's quite hilarious. I don't want to spoil, you have to figure out the endings. But like, not the endings, the storytelling, the weapon system, the puzzles which at some point you get so much frustrated because there's an option on the menu of the game that you can change between the difficulty of the game itself and the puzzles. You know, for example, you can play it on medium or not easy or hard, but on the puzzle side, the puzzles get difficult. You can select the level skill. So it's also a great improvement from the first one. And the graphics by itself, like on the PS2, it looks gorgeous. It looks amazing, the graphics. It's fantastic. I mean, for 2001, that was a huge improvement. Like, remember that time, you know, Dreamcast, all this stuff, like, we thought about, oh yeah, games are really becoming real, but nowadays, we look back then, it was like, okay, it's not that real. Well, for Silent Hill 2, if you watch the cutscenes, it looks, I mean, I was surprised. I was pretty surprised. I recommend you to buy a PS2, or if you happens to have a PC, you can download it Not sure if it works anymore, because unfortunately Konami doesn't give a shit about Silent Hill 2 anymore. Unfortunately, it's a great game. I think they should, I don't know, release a new version of this game because it's amazing. Well, they did with the Xbox 360. I played this as well, and I played Silent Hill 3. It's called Silent Hill HD Collection. It has Silent Hill 2 and 3 on the same disc. It's amazing. I played that, and it's good. It's good. And what else? You can find them on Xbox and PC and PS2. Recommend it. Really recommend it. It's so good. If you like games that have good stories, better than movies, Silent Hill 2, it's a good option for you, because the characteristic that attracts me the most in a video game, it's the storytelling. And Silent Hill 2, others like Half-Life, Halo, Last of Us, what else? Life is Strange, The Witcher, all these games, and Silent Hill 2, they have such an amazing story that can outweigh movie cinemas at some point. Not saying that movies are bad, but the story of the game, it's fantastic. It's good. And Silent Hill 2 is, for me, great game. It's on my opinion to be one of the best. And yeah, that's it. I have too many memories playing that game, too many horror scenes, because after all it's a horror game, but it's a horror game that you're interested in playing to keep going with the story. And the fact that he has the horror connects with the drama, it has a reason to coexist, to have the reason to give motivations to the characters on the game. It's amazing. And just keep investigating and going for it on this adventure with James, the character. It's, well, great. So, well, what do you think about it? Comment below, say stuff. Silent Hill 2, if you play the game, and if you're watching this video, and if you agree with me, dude, I'm here for you, guy. I know how you feel. It's a great game, and it's unfortunately very underrated, I would say. I don't know. I think people should play more of this game because of the story. Well, that's it. Right now, see you.